Hey everyone, Joe here with Waves of Memories Travel. The next time you're planning on visiting Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park, the one attraction you have to be sure not to miss is the Kilimanjaro Safari. On this attraction, you will jump on a rugged safari vehicle driven by an expert guide who will take you on an 18-minute exploration throughout the more than 110 acres of the Harambe National Wildlife Reserve. The following video will give you a little taste of what it's like to experience the Kilimanjaro Safari. One of the best things about this attraction is that each expedition that you go on, it will be a unique and unforgettable experience. No two expeditions are the same. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, share, and turn your notifications on so that you're notified when I post new videos in the future. Again, if you're planning on a vacation in the future, make sure to click the link below to schedule a no-cost consultation with Waves of Memories Travel. So thanks again, be safe, and let's turn your dreams into memories. Bye.
That you see here are greater Kudu. Greater Kudu are the second tallest antelope here in Africa at 55 inches tall and can leap 6 feet in the air from a standstill, with males having horns around 6 feet in length in the shape of corkscrews. Off to the far right hand side, a pair of Okapi. The Okapi for the longest time was considered to be a mythical creature, all the way up until about 1901 when they were finally discovered by the Western world. Even to this day, we don't know how many exist, and that's due to the zebra stripes found on their coats. This helps them blend in with the brush on a bright sunny day and in a sense go invisible. What we do know is they are the only living known relative to the giraffe. Studies have shown they have the same amount of vertebrae in their neck, roughly the same skull structure, and some smaller similarities as well. Here, watering holes are a great place to look for animals. They have to stay hydrated throughout the day, and it looks like there's a black rhino taking a nap in the shade of those orange rocks. Looks a bit orange itself, probably rolling around in the mud earlier today. Mud is used as a sunscreen and to stay cool. They'll weigh in at around 3,000 pounds and charge at 35 miles per hour. Being the least social of the 5 rhino species to exist, they do like to live alone. While awake and eating, they will use their prehensile upper lip, prehensile meaning finger-like, to help them grab their food rather than to graze for it. Some more bongo to the right and some more down here to the left in the shade of all these rocks. And we're going to continue to make our way though up the rest of this hill now, and we're going to head on down to the savannah, also referred to as the Serengeti grasslands, where we can hopefully come across animals such as elephants, giraffes, lions, zebras, among other species though as well. However, due to all types of patterns, whether it be migration, sleeping, weather, whatever you want to assume pattern-wise, we never really know what we're going to find, where we're going to find it, or even quite possibly some of the vocalizations that these animals may be making that we would be able to hear until we make our way down this hill and we go through all the long turns. So we're going to do just that, see what we can encounter. I do see some animals much farther away from us off in the distance, which is kind of the nice part about the savannah is how widespread and open it is. So you can see that the ecosystem has changed compared to the forest and river we drove through not too long ago. It looks like though the first animal we're going to come in contact with is going to be an Ankole cattle. Now there are some more a little bit farther away from us, so a group like this will be referred to as a drove. Ankole cattle though are also called Watusi cattle for the Watusi tribes here in Africa who originally domesticated them. Now they are going to be one of 2 domesticated animals that we may come across out here on the reserve. Originally domesticated as a sign of use for the tribes. They would herd them together throughout the evening and keep them in a sharp thorn-like pin called a boma to ensure them from anyone who might try to steal them for their own wealth, or from a predator who would hunt during the evening like a hyena or possibly a lion. Now obviously the most noticeable feature on top of their head will be those horns, anywhere from 6 to 8 feet long when fully grown from tip to tip, weighing upwards of 20 to 30 pounds. Now on the inside of the horn, it's actually going to be practically hollow, more like a honeycomb structure. So what happens is they're going to send blood up into the horns, they're going to warm it up, and then they bring it into their body to cool themselves down. Over to the left, and there are some more off in the distance, is a small herd of wildebeest. They live in the smaller numbers on a daily basis, but will take part in the largest migration each year with 1.5 million, traveling anywhere from 500 all the way up to 1,000 miles each year. Referred to also as wild beast and gnu. Gnu will be spelled GNU for a low grunting sound they make. Off to that right hand side, couple of mountain zebra. We can tell they're mountain zebra based off of the lack of stripes on those underbellies. They also have an extra flap of skin that hangs down from their neck called a dewlap to keep them nice and cool. And again, a group referred to them as a dazzle. They will be the largest, though, between a mountain grizzly or Grant zebra, weighing in at about 750 pounds, but a back kick from a zebra in general is so powerful it could break the jaw of a lion with just one kick to it. We'll pull just a bit farther forward, stop near this giraffe as well. If you take a look on the top of the giraffe head, you'll see what look to be like horns. Those are ossicones. It's soft cartilage at birth that hardens and fuses together as they age to be used as a defense mechanism, whether it be against predators or other giraffe. We'll actually see there's two babies up ahead. There's one to the right and one to the left. The one on the right hand side has fuzzier ossicones compared to the other one off to the left side, so you'll be able to see it looks like it's just kind of hair just sticking straight out from their heads. Now at birth, the baby giraffe starts out at 6 feet tall, weighing in at 150 pounds. Mom gives birth standing up, so that baby will drop about 6 feet or so. But that baby, when it hits the ground, actually gives it its breath of life, so it's extremely important that that thud occurs. It'll then double in size in the first year of life to be fully grown at 18 to 20 feet tall by roughly the ages of 3 to 4. So they grow up extremely quickly with their height. Very little time of their day will be spent sleeping, couple minutes here, couple minutes there, usually standing and staring off to the distance, totaling in at only around 30 minutes though per day. That means the other 23 and a half hours of the day, the giraffe can be found either drinking water, migrating, and filling up that 4-chambered stomach. So they do a lot of the time eating. Another one hiding in those bushes here to the right. But they'll be eating to fill up that 4-chambered stomach, and to assist with eating is a tongue a 1.5 feet long. That's roughly from one's wrist to their elbow. Prehensile like the black rhino's upper lip, and it then has a built-in sunscreen like the hippo skin on its tongue so it doesn't get burnt while it's out all day grabbing food. Some more wildebeest off to the far right-hand side, and near them are some tinier tan antelope in the shade of those bushes. Those are called springbok. They get their name from their ability to spring high up into the air, which is called pronking, and that's where they jump in a rainbow-shaped motion about 13 feet. They can also leap 6 feet and are the second fastest land animal with a speed of 60 miles per hour, all while running in a zigzag pattern to tire out predators from chasing them down. Fully grown at only about 3 feet tall. Some more Ankole cattle off here to the right-hand side. The larger one to the right that has the solid red coat is one of the larger males compared to the smaller female, so his horns are going to be a bit longer and heavier. As we make our way forward, we're going to be most likely sneaking past this giraffe here to the left-hand side. Keep making our way on forward. We're going to now head on over toward Tembo country. Tembo in Swahili means elephant, but we're going to cut through Monkey Point to get there and see if we can maybe come across some mandrill at all. They do tend to be a bit more shy and reclusive, very similar to the animals we saw back in the Ituri Forest. A lot of them had a natural camouflage to their coats. Same with the mandrills. They like to use their gray fur as a natural camouflage within the rocks. It looks like though over here at Monkey Point there are a couple of Tembo off in the distance, so we'll make our way closer toward them. Now these elephants we're about to see are pretty close to very large water, which is a great place to be looking for animals. They need to stay hydrated throughout the day. Also helps to keep them nice and cool. You can see though that some of them are flapping their ears back and forth, which will cool them down by around 13 degrees or so. We'll make our way a bit farther up into the clearing though. We should get a pretty good view of them off to the right. But those ears will obviously act like a built-in air conditioning system. You just may have seen the one on the farther part of the hill was throwing on some sunscreen. You can see they both have some dirt on their body on the backs. Grass, hay, mud, dirt, leaves, all types of things like that can be used as a sunscreen since their skin is sensitive just like ours is. They can either be found rolling around or sitting down in a pile of dirt or in the hole, or they can use it with their trunk. Their trunk is made up of thousands of muscles and it's going to act like a hand. So they can throw on that sunscreen. They can store about 5 gallons of water in that trunk though at one time to bring up to their mouth to drink or throw on themselves to cool off. And they will even grab their food with that trunk, consuming anywhere from 300 to 500 pounds on a daily basis. Males weigh in at a little bit heavier set than the females, so they also eat a little bit more. weighing anywhere from 90 all the way up to 140 pounds, and the newest member of that crash is out here right now. A lot of energy this morning, hanging out with Mom. To keep it safe, he's going to run out in front of her so that way she can follow behind and have eyes on him at all times. A bit farther up ahead, living at the Okapi Rocks. Now, within a pride of lions, it's anywhere from 2 to 40 with one male, the rest are all females and their cubs. They're actually the very few cat species who live in a larger group. A lot of them don't really live in the larger numbers like the lions will. They are inactive anywhere from 18 to 20 hours of the day, so they could be found sleeping or lounging around, resting up to conserve their energy. Now, in a moment or so, when we do make our way on forward, hopefully, I'm guessing there's more animals blocking the road. We just were kind of stopped for those white rhino not too long ago. We'll get a little bit of an easier view of the line here to the left. We'll pull closer to these white rhino. Again, group known as a crash, and it looks like the babies migrated on over here. There's also some female ostrich to the far right-hand side as well. Female ostrich are grayish-brown in coloration compared to males who are jet black. The tallest and largest bird, however, a flightless one, they use their wings to make the directions that they run. They'll also use their wings and necks to give themselves what is known as a dust bath, where they sit in dirt and throw on the dust to their bodies to keep the skin safe from the sun. They also eat rocks on a regular basis to help with their digestive tracts. Now, friends, these are the gates to the reserve, which means it's time for us to be heading on out and heading on up to the ranger station closer to the village, where I'm going to drop you off so you can be on your way to your next adventure. If you have plans to stay with us, though, here in Harambe a bit longer and are looking for more places to go explore, I recommend taking the train, which is the Wildlife Express. It runs every few minutes continuously throughout the day, and the last one departs at 4:30 this afternoon, but it takes you over to Rafiki's Planet Watch. Now, over at Rafiki's, you can come in contact with some more animals. You can see the animal hospital, maybe a simple checkup or procedures possibly going on. We'll never know, so they go on over there. You can earn Wilderness Explorer badges, talk with some of the animal programs team would take care of these animals on a 24/7 basis. You can also learn what Disney has done and continues